Hey there, in this tutorial, I'm going to share with you three key tips that's going to help make your vocal mixes sound a whole lot better. I'm Sir Classy, and this is SCTuts. If you're new, hit the subscribe button down below, and let's get started. So, over here, we have our beat and our vocal, and I'm going to play it so you hear how it sounds. So, this is how it sounds.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short, wallahi. Make a go for like it to nuke. Do me watch it, Dima Fatima.
And I'm going to solo just the lead vocal so you hear how it sounds.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short, wallahi.
Now, if you listen closely, you can hear some problems with this lead vocal already. It sounds dirty, and by dirty, I mean you can hear some background noise, headphone bleeds, you can hear a lot of breathing and a lot of mouth licking. Before you even get started mixing, before you even get started tuning, reverbing, EQing, compressing, anything you want to do along the mixing process, it's important that you actually take out time to clean up the lead vocal. And to clean up the lead vocal, I use the Isotope Restoration Series, that is the Isotope RX series, to debret it, to take out noise, to also take out mouth noises. And right here, I have the Isotope Breath Control. I'm going to turn it on. And then you're going to hear the before and the after.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short, wallahi.
And I'm going to turn it off so you hear the difference.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short, wallahi.
So just having it on, it already takes care of the breath problems. And you can make it more drastic so it completely kills any breathing that you may have in between the tracks, right? And now the next thing we need to take out is the noise. We can hear some background noise, like some fan noise or bleeding in the headphones. I use the Isotope RX noise to clean it out, and this is how it sounds without it for now.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short, wallahi.
And now this is how it sounds with it.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short, wallahi. Make a go for like it to nuke.
So it sounds a whole lot cleaner with the voice, the noise plugin going on. It's not perfect. It may not take out completely the entire noise, but it's going to really suppress the background noise. So when you compress and you EQ, it's not going to come up later. Actually, and it gets worse when you've had saturation. So when you take it out from the beginning, right, it really reduces the background noise to the barest minimum that can be managed when mixing. All right. So the next thing we'll notice, we can hear some mouth movements. Let me play so you listen to the mouth movements.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short, wallahi. Make a go for like it to nuke. Do me watch it, Dima Fatima. Make a go for like it to nuke.
So you can hear a lot of lip and mouth movement, right? So with the Isotope RX, the click, right, this just simply takes care of that.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short, wallahi.
So if you've been struggling with getting pro mixes, making better beats, recording vocals, I do offer one-on-one training. Yes, one-on-one training. And all you have to do is click the link in the description below that says one-on-one training. You fill a very simple form so I can help understand you better and what you need and how I can help you get there. So when you fill this form, I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible and we can get started on your journey to making much better music in no time. Trust me, it doesn't have to be a hustle. Making music doesn't have to be a hustle. You don't have to spend many endless hours on YouTube looking for tutorials. With just a very short time, within about 4 to 6 weeks, roughly within that range, I can get you to your goals in no time. Yes, with money back guaranteed. So don't forget to click the link in the description after you're done with this video to fill up a form, and I'm going to get back to you pronto. All right, now let's get back to the tutorial. So the second tip I'd like to share with you is using analog model plugins, right? I do have my stock EQ and compression doing the work here, right? Like just the basic EQ, taking out the low end mod and taking out the resonance, and then the compressor just stemming the vocal and keeping it controlled, right? But an analog model plugin helps add character and tone to your vocal tracks. It not necessarily you adding saturation, but just the fact that they're running through the plugin, it adds a different character and warmth most times to your vocal track. And right here, I'm using the Slays Digital Virtual Mix Rack. I'm using the preset Air Vocals too, which I always recommend because it's a very easy and fun preset to use. But I added the mic modeling plugin, right, to just add some more characters. So these plugins all have their individual tone and feel to what goes through them, right? So I'm not really dialing it much into it, but it's just to add some character and texture to the vocal. So I'm going to play it without it.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short while lie. Make a call for like
So,
it to nuke it.
so now I'm going to play it with it.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short while lie. Make a call for like it to nuke it.
So now let me
To
play
me,
it
what?
with the beat so that you hear with and without. With it.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short while lie. Make a call for like it to nuke it. To me, what? Chetima Fatima. Make a call for like
And without it now.
vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short while lie.
You can see just adding analog model plugins made the vocal sit more in the mix and make it sound more punchier and try to make it sound even more interesting in the mix than without it, where it was a bit lost and a bit sounding a bit shallow, right? Relative. So the final tip I want to share with you is using stereo effects. Using stereo effects for your vocals can make it sound a whole lot more interesting, especially when you're trying to do something creative with your vocals, maybe in the backups or in the lead vocals. But in this case, I'm going to be using the backup vocal right here. So I'm going to play for you how it sounds without any stereo effects.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short while lie. Make a call for like it.
And I'm going to add a pan modulation plugin. Fruity Panomatic is a stock plugin in FL Studio, but any panning modulation plugin is just fine. So I'm going to play it, turn it on, and see how it sounds.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short while lie. Make a call for like it to nuke it. To me, what? Chetima Fatima. Make a call for like it.
So for it, maybe you may not hear it as much, right? So I'm going to turn off the beat and play it again with it and without it. So this is with it.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short while lie. Make a call for like
So
it
now I'm
to
going to
nuke
play
it.
it with it so that here it sounds.
Vibes and inshallah. Yeah, life is too short while lie. Make a call for like it to
So there's a lot you can do with stereo effects. There's so many other stereo effects you could use, maybe a phaser or a flanger, and so many more other stereo effects you can use to enhance and make creative choices or creative decisions on your mix. So I do encourage you. You try it out where you feel like it's needed. Try to add some stereo effects. You may even be using reverb, right, and spreading it on the stereo field. You can make the reverb sound much more lush, more full, and much more interesting than it is when it's sounding on a mono track or on a mono bus. All right, now I hope these tips help. I'm Sir Classy. Hit the subscribe button for more tutorials. Cheers.